not, because maybe we want to buy a speaker. This time,
maybe not as a wholesale, we want to buy a speaker.
Say now, let's go surprise main church with this speaker. And you realize these people have given out loans for speaker. Then later on, they only realize it was not speaker that even was bought. You say now, we only decided to buy a what? Microphone. Microphone is 6,500. A speaker is almost about 50,000. We gave about 45 or 80. Now, where the rest of the money? Now, issues begin there. Because of lack of what? Transparency and honesty. Microphone in India, it was around 40 something, but we're still having change. And yet people know. So be honest. Number one, to yourself. Number two, to God. Not God, then you be honest to yourself first. Then to God. Then to the people that you are leading. Are we together? Are we together? You'll go and read that in the book of put this one down. In the book of Ezra chapter 10, verse 8. And that whoever will not come within 3 days, according to the instructions of the leaders and elders, all his property will be confiscated, and he himself will be separated from the assembly of those who, from the capacity. Then you also realize Ezra 10:14, and also Nehemiah chapter number 3, verse 9, and Nehemiah chapter 3, verse 12, and even 14. You're able to put them down. Now, another thing we talked about is you need to learn learn from previous mistake. Sorry, or am I too fast? Yeah, I should be very fast. I am supposed to be very fast. Very, very fast. That is correct. I should be very fast. Ezra chapter 10, verse 5, 10, verse 8, 10, verse 14. Yeah? Are we together? And also Nehemiah chapter 3, verse 9. Be honest. Be honest. Be honest and transparent with your team. Are we together now? Are we together? Yeah. And also Nehemiah 9:38. I think that is very key. You should be able to write. Now, number 11. I want to use only with 8 minutes. I'm supposed to be out of this place. Okay. So a good leader shares relevant information and key data with their members or their people. They also involve them in the decision-making process. This makes open communication easier and ensure cohesion between the team members and the leadership. Being honest and transparent about changes and important decisions helps everybody to stand on the same ground and come to the same agreement that is producing positive results for that place to run. Are we together? Now, learn from previous mistakes. That's number verse 12. Learn from previous what? Previous mistakes. You should be able to learn over and over again. Ever since you were born again, or ever since you are a leader of that home cell or that place that you are right now, be able to find time and review your work. What made me not to progress? What made me not to prevail? What made me to fail? What made me not to get positive results? Then be able to look at it and digest it. Then do some reviews of your previous mistakes, because an important lesson to learn in leadership is how to use previous experiences to improve future choices. Learn from your future mistakes, from your previous mistakes. It really helps to put up a future what? Future expectations and experiences. So it improves future choices, and also it considers past mistakes as lessons points that you can build on and be able to encourage yourself and also others by what you went through. It's good always. That's why anytime I always talk, I always refer to myself. Why? Because most of the time I am able to trace back and see where I failed and the reason I failed. That means today, when I'm taken back to the same place, I cannot fail. I cannot do the same thing, because you need to learn from whatever you went through. You need to learn as lessons. Now, when you learn from your previous mistakes as a leader, it will be very hard for you to become a bitter leader. Many leaders are bitter because of the previous things that they have gone through. But the moment you learn from your previous mistakes. Now you are able to make futuristic implementations to be very positive. And that is why you find in a relationships where maybe some of us have been in, you were so badly hurt, and you began to say men are whichever, women are whichever. No, whichever names that you call. But the reason is when you could just have called yourself in a meeting and sit yourself down, you'd have said, but I saw this red flag from this time. So if I would have checked on it well, I could not have developed a name for men that I have today. You know, there are some women who have names for men, very strong concordance names for men. They call men names, and even you wonder why, because of whatever happened to them. But the main point is, what did you learn from the heartbreak? What did you learn from the fallen relationship? What did you learn? Because if you don't learn, it means you will still encounter the same thing that is presented as if it is a gospel of light when it is still engulfed to take you back to the same class. That is why, as a leader, when you review your lifestyle from the previous mistakes, you are able not to only fall, but you are able to cause anybody that is under you to carry them to the next dimension. So you become a ladder by which they will not fall where you failed. So whatever you went through, even in your own personal life, did you find time to sit down and analyze? Write down some points. Because if you did that, then it means you learn. After you learn what you went through, you are able to stand anywhere and laugh. No matter how painful, how bad, how worse the previous issue was, you are able to stand today and you are able to talk what is positive, what is to be made, and the reasons why people should never go through the same place. Now, you become a teacher to others by learning from where you came from. So when you learn from your mistake, you become a teacher and master over the things that others are yet to fall. So many a times we go through things not for us, but for the people that are coming. But because we cannot learn from why we were there, bado tuko na zile machungu, bitterness imejaa, maasira. Learn, sit down, learn from your previous mistakes, and then you become a happy soul. Okay? Okay, be persistent. That is important. A leadership is a responsibility that requires you to be a key figure in times of adversity and crisis. Never giving up and being persistent can help you achieve your goals regardless of the circumstances.